More here. Ismo going aggressive, using Guild's own tactics against them. Is going to get the opening kill, but KiTKaT not cleared. Good for one, however, that is all. But equalizing kill coming through from Anna. D7 trying to keep them at bay there. Fights them off, stood in the open, takes bullets from all directions, and now it's just Pullux left.
I wonder if that was a bit of a reach from Guild, so them being very passive in trying to take A, almost expecting that push to come out for Astralis. Only this time around, Astralis, bit better in the aim department. And then the numbers definitely not lying a 3 against 1.
But we have seen clutches coming out from Guild today, so I'm not going to put it past them. But that bomb in a very difficult position to retrieve.
I might just use your time. Maybe Astralis get impatient, want to push something, but looks like they're sitting tight.
Lovely crossfire here. I don't see any way to chip away at this. Gets one, but that is a round on the board for Astralis. The first round of the series for them as well. And it's good to see them starting out strong, especially on this CT side. What are your thoughts about them starting on the CT side?
I mean, I've definitely seen a big bunch of teams do this. It depends on your play style, and yeah, I feel Astralis maybe feel a bit more confident, especially considering how Guild was able to, you know, just be so aggressive. I think they were kind of done with being on T side and it not working out, and maybe now being on CT is just a bit of a, you know, clean slate. Just gonna be trying and come in with a different playstyle in comparison to the last map.
Indeed. And CT pistol is a big one to win as well. You lose that, it is a devastating blow to, I'd say, the entire first quarter of the map at times. Guild, no bomb plants, so no weapons for them, so they are going to have to do this. Try, I say that. Fumbled nade, however. The second one is going to be good, but Anya, such a perfect weapon for this angle.
But I'm just going to go for the bomb plant. And it's not being denied, so that is money in the pocket at least here for Guild, and probably, you know, the job secure. This is what you want to get out of the round, maybe make it a bit more costly. And Anna, with that, grabs a rifle. Not quite any more that she is able to do, but 2 kills, bomb plant, not bad.
Indeed, indeed. Josefine going to recover that rifle as well. So, in all fairness, a little bit more of an expensive round than I think Astralis was hoping for, but they keep it on lockdown. And that is good to see. This is already looking more promising. But now it's where it gets worrying. Because Guild have the weapons to buy. And we saw what they were capable of with these weapons. And on arguably the more favoured side to start on Anubis. Astralis, I think this is going to be the real test of metal. Even though it's a bit of a bonus for them. This is going to be a round where we get to see whether they're going to sink or swim for the rest of this map.
All the flashes, and they're pretty good. Anna's still alive though, but eventually caught in between a sandwich with the push from A as well as water.
The flashback's so good.
Exactly. Just completely blind panic mode activated, and with that Guild lose their opening player.
And the AWP.
Yeah, that's maybe not quite what Guild was expecting. Aurora takes that one away. And gets back to safety as well. So Astralis with that information, they know that Guild is not super proactive. They're taking the sweet time. Now slowly starting to creep out again.
Lovely flashbang. The flashes here into Canal have been ruining everybody's days. They've managed to whittle down the time a lot, and they've managed to whittle down the players even more. Anya, that Molotov gonna hold them at bay. I don't think they're gonna want to disrespect for that. And they are going to hop up behind this pillar. Just wait down this time. It has to be an A hit now, realistically speaking. Will they be able to keep hold of it? Perfect angle for it, though.
Oh, smoke. But Anya holds it. Needs to be a bit careful and switches to the USP instead. But the numbers not lying. Astralis heavily favoured in this situation, and Guild hope to go for a bomb plant because there's so little time left. But everything once again denied. Astralis is off to a great start.
Indeed. Aurora, that nade would have been the finishing blow even if they hadn't had that kill stolen. And we talked about that being a big one for the confidence, not only in our faith of Astralis in this series, but for Astralis themselves. And it's looking a lot better already. We're seeing Guild maybe a little bit more passive than we did on Ancient here. Back on Tech9's, I like this, however. This works really well with their style of play, at least from map number 1. Curious to see how they put it to use here. And Josefine in for a bad time here.
Oh.
Another fumbled nade.
The flashes are just not always connecting. And the aggro plan of Guild out of the window, at least for the time being. Looking to flash Josefine in here. And definitely spots one player. That's one kill going their way. And KiTKaT falls as well here. The rest retreated back in towards the middle. Hoping that maybe across the map that they can still get something going. But the setups so far look really solid here for Astralis.
Is indeed that HE grenade gonna do a lot of damage there. And Pollock's gonna walk directly into the AK. The double swing, however, absolutely perfect. The headshot's coming on through, and Anya now has to pick up the pieces. Gets the first. Here's the footsteps. Getting sprayed from all directions, taken down, but it's a 2v3. They have this site. They've picked up a rifle as well, but that AWP going to be peeking the angle. Missed shot will allow for the bomb plant uncontested. Ismo might have the perfect angle and the perfect timing here as well. Good for one, Nia good for a second. Now it's a 1v1. That AWP blast in play. Running out of bullets as well. Switching the sidearm and Nia cleans up. First round for Guild. They stop Astralis' momentum before it can get too crazy. And that is a round on the board for Guild first this map. And the economy of Astralis going to suffer because of it.
I love that post plan, by the way. Like, D7 was in a bit of a tricky and very much exposed position over towards long, but very aware that a rotation was coming into full effect, so they played that situation together. She moved into heaven, got a kill. Yes, she got traded, but Nia with that already so close, up and personal, and able to win out that duel. And immediately off to a strong start here as well. Anna on the AWP is doing fantastic. Over on Ancient as well. Now once again, full kills already in the bank. Hoping for even more, but Ismo gonna make it a bit tricky here. Goes for a very aggressive push, but look at that. Trade is ready.
Lovely swing yet from Anya. And gonna fall back as well. That's the 3v3 initiated. Aurora, the scout, actually winning that one out there. Sometimes the budget option is the best. 2v3 now. And they have this A bomb site, but they need to get the bomb and get it there safely. And yeah, very ratty angle here. Going to be very difficult to clear out. Maybe they won't even bother looking. I say that. Gonna walk into Pullux. And that'll be the bomb. Hopefully retrieved here.
I mean, it is right around the corner. And the spam, oh, could come on through. And especially with this push. Oh, but that's so rough. Josefine falls. And you would hope that they could have each other's back, but with a scout and an SMG, it's very tough to have that long-range battle. And now Aurora is doubting of where to go. Oh, and volleyed out as well.
Got a little worrying there because they body blocked each other in canals and it could have led to Aurora getting another kill that could have made this a little bit more difficult for Guild. But 2v1, the Molotov to try force the fight. Forces it, but unfortunately it backfires. And that is a second round to Guild, closing that initial gap already.
This push was very nice coming out of Ismo, and I really thought that maybe they could set the pace, but there continued to be so many back and forth fights. And that moment there towards water was a very tough one. So now back-to-back rounds. Eco coming out here for Astralis. Looks like a B stack with the exception of Anya. And she already has eaten a nade down to half HP. Oh, and look at that! Oh no!
Can we have a nade as a play of the game?
Astralis decided to push, and with that, they just straight up walked into another HG.
Melted like butter on a hot day. Hot damn. What an aid. That, you know, I'm voting that as my play of the game. I don't think we're allowed to do that. There were no kills, but oh my gosh, what a juicy nade. Just red. And look at this. They're going to sweep up. The SMG's farming off the back of that, as we said, nade. Softening them up nicely. And now just Josefine, who, in all fairness, one of the best coming off of the back of it. But 50 HP, not much to do it with. No kit, a single smoke, and nothing but a MAC-10 as everyone encloses in around her. Hopefully she's not claustrophobic. Peeks out the angle. D7, gonna sweep that one under the rug. And 3-3 on the scoreboard.
All equal. Astralis win 3 in a row. Guild win 3 in a row. But
Are they going to go back and forth now?
It very well could be. This is quite important, though, because Astralis, as we mentioned already before, their economy looking quite dire. No head armor, for example, here, and only one kit. So, utility has the priority here. And understandably so, especially up on the CT side.
I like that Astralis is playing this rather far back, I think. Guild also, we're not seeing quite the same level of aggression that we did map number 1. It's been working for them the past couple of rounds, and maybe a little bit of a switch up of pace here. Making Astralis make the first move. Trying to force a mistake out.
You played really slow. Just waiting for smokes to fade. Slowly take control a step at a time.
They've drawn up so much utility from Guild here, Astralis. Not much left. Ooh, Marie spots one. Gonna throw out that flash. Fall back.
How that mid-pressure came about. Now the call has been made. They know exactly what Guild has been pulling up and has been cooking for this round. But it's falling apart. Aurora even lands a kill with a pistol, running out of bullets, but no issue for her. And now Anna, what can you do with an orb stuck behind a pillar? Absolutely nothing. And this is exactly the bounce back that Astralis needs. They pick up an orb in the process, so economy-wise, this is going to be helping them out big time.
Massively, massively. The orb we really didn't get to see much of on map number 1 due to just the economy and the fact that they weren't winning rounds. They weren't having the opportunity to save, you know, a picked up orb either. And Aurora looking a little more confident already on this map. We can see 6 and 3. Pretty nice going here. Tactical timeout being called from Guild here. I'm hoping that we don't see the whole map go 3 rounds and 3 rounds and 3 rounds and 3 rounds. But knowing our luck, may well be the case.
It very well could be.
But yeah, they're not going to be awarded, even off the back of a victory, any free rounds here. They are not going to be allowed to take their foot off the pedal here. As Guild immediately going to buy back. Maybe going to be a little bit worse for wear if they can win another round. But, got to get that far.
You're just spreading across the map. So, whereas we saw a lot of aggression out of Ancient, of course that was CT side, but this time just playing a bit slower. Take it step by step, see where you can maybe punish a mistake that you see happening. But Astralis did a pretty good job of keeping them at bay, at least in the early stages of the round. Deep smokes into middle, for example. And it will cause Guild to invest a big chunk of their own utility in order to take space across the map.
Yeah, Guild just really haven't been touching mid this round. Just hands off fully. You said about the deep smokes, just forcing them off. Deciding not to even mess with that one, not to entertain it. Now that their little push over towards B didn't work, it's now an option. It's on the table for them. Aurora trained up with this orb. However, the backup of Marie, who has been the sole defender of mid for most of these rounds. But again, no kills to be found here. Guild with that opening pick early on, but nothing since.
Time will start to tick though, almost the 30-second mark, which is usually when teams love to push upon a site. So I love that immediately Josefine here, very much ready for a push, grabs one kill, but is immediately toe in return. But a lot of time wasted, and Aurora, look how close she already is. There's a gap in the smoke. If someone decides to cross, oh no! That should have been a hit. If that connected, Astralis had very much a shot here in this round, but now it's all falling apart. Guild strike right back, making it a 4-4.
Whatever they were talking about in that timeout, clearly paying off in spades there. And it has thrown Astralis into a little bit of turmoil here. They're not really going to be able to buy much. Couple of deagles, as you can see. And a little bit of armor here for Ismo as well. Maybe going to be sending them in first, tank some of that damage. But Guild, this will all just be about damage control, minimizing casualties, and trying to secure that lead for the first time this map.
Should be a relatively easy pickup here with just upgraded pistols. Just gonna be executing upon the side, deep mollies into the side. Well, Ismo at least stands her ground for the time being. Well, only a very short duration. KiTKaT comes in through water and they completely sandwich that site. Still a bit hesitant. They know there's a couple lurking around the smokes. So you gotta take it a step at a time before committing to that bomb plant.
Desperate attempts to find a headshot or some damage, not paying off. Aurora, that body shot gonna be the killing blow, but 1v3. Gonna try push up, trying to go for it. That nade, so good though. What is it with the Guild players and the nades this map? They've fumbled a lot of flashes, but the HEs have been impeccable.
Lovely stuff to be seeing. Also, update on the other game we got going on. Fearless Cheaters against Gamer Legion Prism. Gamer Legion actually won that first map. 1-0. That was 13-7 on Mirage. Pleasantly surprised, we'll have to say. Fearless Cheaters, of course, a very solid team. And Gamer Legion not messing around.
Yeah, dare I say a little bit of an upset on that one. Albeit only map one. We don't know the situation. Maybe that was, you know, maybe that was the map pick of Gamer Legion Prism. Maybe it's a map that, you know, it was a surprise that it got let through in the veto. We don't know, but that's still impressive. I think it's just been a day of impressive ESL Impact so far. It does look like it's only about to get better.
Gosh, it's raining with Anya thus far. Oh, I thought she was going to be ready, but no, the swing is absolutely perfect. Look at this. Guild has absolutely no chill, just barging right upon the site. And I feel like that this is sort of a bit of a deja vu upon Ancient, where I feel Guild has the upper hand when it comes to a lot of these aim duels.
Indeed, the mechanical skill of Guild today has been through the roof. You talked about them not being ready, not being prepared. Caught with their pants down a little bit on a couple of these, but sometimes it's just one of those small little mistakes that unfortunately your opponent spots at the right time. You know, not being able to pull out the AWP to scope in time. That was one that we saw. They are just going to vacate this bomb site, of course. The Anubis bomb site. A little bit of a funky one at times. And Astralis, they're going to keep hold of 2 rifles. Too far removed to really do anything here. I don't think even if they ran full out here that they could take these weapons away. So a little bit of a saving grace here for Astralis. They don't really have the money to buy around them. Maybe we see a couple of deagles, a couple of Tech 9s, but money has been something Astralis have struggled with.
That's sort of looking at what you can afford. Actually, the rest will buy a round, so it will turn into a 4s instead of sort of a half buy. And I think they're just a bit panicking of how they just hope to be within close range of their opponents, and there's not that many rounds to work with anymore within the half. So feeling the pressure to deliver now.
Oh, massively. especially with Guild already securing 6 at the half. We did say this is the more favored side, even though Astralis, their ability to pick, they did choose to start CT, maybe wanting to close this map out with a bang on T side. So you said all about how they want to play it. Actually being a lot better this map already, a lot more cohesive. Unfortunately, Guild sometimes just hitting those crazy shots, hitting those crazy clutches as well. Ooh, Nia spotted. Managing to jump back to safety though. But not for long. Wants to peek this, wants to get a kill. You can see that they're hungry.
On both occasions, actually, that we've seen Astralis play in the past couple months, the CT side usually was their stronger side. So it's starting to make me a bit worried. We need to see something shift right now. There's a good trade by Marie here. And now Aurora stuck behind the smoke, but hopes to maybe creep on through. Flash comes, and that's a very good spot. Immediately, a second found by Josefine. Keeps the numbers even, but it's so tricky. Ismo finds the kill up on D7 with the nade, and time is starting to run extremely low. Spray favors Astralis as they march an inch closer once more.
Looking really good there. The HE grenade usage, impeccable. I don't know what it is this map. Everyone's just stepped up on the utility front. I'm not sure if there's any way we can find out how much HE damage has been done at the end of this map, because I'd be very curious to see. But yeah, the nade kill, absolutely beautiful. Swinging the tides back in their favor, making it a 1v1. They're closing it out pretty nicely. 5-6. Definitely a very different team to what we saw over on Ancient. But as we said, yeah, this was a map that these two teams have played on before. It was a decided map, ESL Impact Open Qualifier #1 for this season. And Guild Esports did take that. Do believe they did win. No, they lost 19-22 actually. Is that right?
Yeah, it was OT.
No,
it was
OT. Yeah. All I know is that I think Astralis won it in OT, but they did make it pretty close. And in the meantime, whilst we've been yapping, 2 kills, 3 kills even, sorry, coming out here from Astralis.
They're not done taking space to Jet, pushing into middle. Getting a lot of space. I love Ismo's position, but she's been sitting there a couple of rounds, though, shoulder being spotted. And immediately, look at this. Astralis rescuing out, but no, they get caught off guard by these AKs and even a Tech 9, making this from a 5 against 2 to a 2-on-2.
And very winnable. This all trained perfectly on the angle. Missed shot, however. That Tech 9 going to come out, not quite able to do it. Not going to be able to plant that bomb just yet. Trying to bait it out. Isolating the 1v1s, going for this fight here. Spots the first. Don't know if they spotted Mari there, but they're going to run on over to this A site, and they just about have time to get this bomb down.
We're going to come rotating around. Makes a lot of noise. KiTKaT certainly is aware. Just waiting for the timing. Oh, missed opportunity. Both of them position revealed, and Marie is the one winning out a battle, meaning it's going to be a 6-6, an absolute nail-biter here in map #2. Find out how it closes out right after this.
as we left it off, it was 6-6 on the scoreline. A very different affair to what we saw on map number 1. But Astralis, they have got so much to do here. Now on the favored side of their own map pick. Sorry, not their own map pick, Guild's map pick. But this is do or die, of course, map number 2. Will they be able to take us to nuke? Will we see a third map here? All starts on this pistol round.
Well, Honor kicks it off with the first kill, make it a double. But the flash is very, very solid. So immediately 2 right back. But it's still a super tricky situation. They go for a bomb plant, but the CTs are creeping in. There's no time to reposition. So immediately a trade once more. And D7 is just popping heads left and right, adding just more and more to the list. 13 and 8.
Beautifully done. Throwing, was that a flashbang for good luck?
I think it's, yeah, celebratory
flash.
Yeah, exactly.
And as you should, as is your given right to after a round like that. That is a confidence booster. That is the third of 4 pistols that we have seen taken there by Guild. Of course, Astralis did take pistol round number 1 on this map, but Guild every other so far. But Bomb Plant has awarded Astralis a pretty snazzy buy, if I do say so myself. They've got the Galils, they've got the Mac-10, and they've got another scout. They've been loving this scout. This time actually on Marie. And might get a little bit of a tag here. Not going to, unfortunately. KiTKaT knowing to back off that angle. Not show their cards.
Soft flick. Not really any connection as of just yet. Oh, and this is a bit tricky. Anya right behind it. And Guild very much ready for players to be close and personal. So them clearing it out with 2 players. Guild grabbed the advantage in this particular round as well. And it starts to be an extremely tricky situation. 2 players in water 2 over towards mid. Bit split up, trying to grab space across the map, and Ismo does so here in middle, keeping Anna busy.
I'm just going to slip away and let them take that space, yeah. KiTKaT still holding on to connector here. Diligently, I may add. But they have just allowed a lot of space over towards A. They're very much stacked on this B site right now. But that bomb heading A, they've got a very real chance here. KiTKaT gonna have so much to do to try to defend this site. Actually, Ismo's got a nice little ability to cut off any of the rotates here.
6 seconds. Astralis with so much space still. Really bring it down to the wire. Like if, for example, D7 would have gone for that and maybe denied one plant, it could have gotten extremely tricky. Now, 3 on 3, Josefine finds an additional one, making a double on the Mech-10, farming some cash, and KiTKaT with that is the last woman standing. Dings a player, but not quite the kill coming on through. So back and forth we shall go.
This is how we saw map 2 start, sorry, and this is going to see how map 2 finishes. But yes, very good there. Ismo, incredible at cutting off the rotates, and as you said, D7 usually would have gone for that. Unfortunately, not quite able to. And Josefine closing it out nicely there. A lot more of individuals stepping up this map as well, I have a feeling. Unfortunately, Guild forced back onto the pistols here. It is, I say, a force because they have forced all of their money into this round. There's not much to show for it, however. A lot of information here about where the players are not, and that will help the team narrow down where they might be. They can hear a lot of utility raining down up there in mid. Looks with no line of sight here, not going to be able to see anything. But they've done a very good job at keeping back this offensive.
flash in. Oh, it's at least a shot hit here. Have to fall back into the side, but look at the user that's starting to rain. Making it a bit tricky, but KiTKaT's find one near as well. Oh no! And this is starting to go from bad to worse. The Deagles are prevailing, tagging up another, well, not quite. But it's making things so hard right now for Astralis. A 1 versus 2. 28 seconds and the CTs could be anywhere.
They still have to get this bomb plot down. There's only 20 seconds left to do it. Pullux has got line of sight on where this last player is. The crossfire is impeccable. Gonna walk into one of them. The Deagle spam prevails. And that is an 8th round out of nowhere from Guild.
You were already mentioning how there was a lot of early information within that round. So as soon as they knew that they were gonna swarm this this site, they had such a good approach. That crossfire setup, you know, one player tucked in. It just worked wonders. Plus, on top of that, their aim is just impeccable. You know, the way that they were able to hit shot after shot. Well done.
Crazy scenes there. And now it's Astralis that are forced back onto the Deagles themselves. Don't want to count them out, because after a round that we've just seen, we can see that they're pretty powerful, but poised and ready are Guild. Caught with utility out. Does take Josefine a second to confirm the kill, but KiTKaT is going to fall. Very split up here, a Guild. Two distinct camps, Camp A, Camp B, and neither of them going to have a particularly easy journey to reunite, but Ismo might get caught out here in mid. T7 gonna have to line them up here.
Oh, tried to do a little quickly there, but not quite gonna work out. At least the bomb plant secured, so the money is not too dire. But Guild now finding conversions. This is starting to look a bit scary. You know, they're marching upon 9 now. Slowly but surely getting closer towards that finish line.
Indeed. Pullux, albeit, as we said, eco frags, but just holding the trigger, not being overwhelmed there. Stellar stuff coming out. And yeah, marching closer to the finish line. This is map number 2. The elusive 26 rounds they need to close this out nice and cleanly. Very much en route. And you can see how hyped up they are. There is fire behind their eyes. We talked about Guild coming into this. They looked pretty happy. You know, Astralis. They also, I would say, like, Guild looked a lot more locked in, wasn't it, that we said?
Lovely setup here. So Flash works perfectly. Blinds D7. On the back of that, opening kill secured. Looking to continue to apply the pressure, but Guild is not sitting still. Looking to grab information. Clearing out a close corner, making sure that that at least is clear. And now maybe continue on the hunt for kills for a potential equalizer. They do take up Anya, but in return they back off.
These aggressive early plays on the CT side, a staple of how Guild have been playing this season. Maybe not yielding as much results as we saw over on Ancient, but still a lot of information that they have. Josefine. Oh, not even going to hold the trigger. Discipline, but the discipline on the kills is there. Clean headshot after clean headshot. And that is a 3-player advantage for them. But we've seen 2v5 swing very much in the favor of Guild already. Saw one earlier this season. But I think the call to save already been made here.
Yeah, with how back and forth this map has been going, having 2 rifles saved over is kind of a must. Knowing that within a split second your economy could be shut down and potentially costing you the map. So, saving a rifle or 2 would be nice. 1 already taken away now. Oh no, maybe needs to be a bit proactive as to where these T's are going to be coming from. Ismo, which he could, but has to make noise in the process. So you immediately see Anna turn around. And, life taken away. All weapons gone for Guild. Money, very iffy.
They could put together a buy here if they wanted to.
They could, but then again, now you're still technically in the lead. You might want to give one up in order to have a great buy. Maybe invest into an AWP again. Anna's been doing great on that.
Yeah, if they give this round up, yeah. Astralis can take the lead, as you said. I don't know, there's a little bit of utility available here. And look at this aggression, unfortunately, going to backfire greatly. Fighting from their spawn even, look at this.
When Guild is pushing, Astralis is a bit scared. We've seen that from the previous map.
They know it's an eco now.
Exactly, yeah. So they have to be careful. You don't want to be losing that AWP, for example, now that you've built up the bank.
We all have that one friend that knows that there's an AWP and they have a deagle and they're like, nah, I'm going to do it anyway. They're not that guy. They are not that guy. But yeah, Pollock's looking a little bit worse for wear, hobbling already. But a lot of that time whittled down. They've stacked over too, albeit the correct site. That bomb, however, very much needs to be retrieved. Ooh, Ismo spotted ahead there. Ismo gonna take a head there as well. And another kill to the tally. Guild still clinging onto this bomb site, but as we can see, that bomb very much looking like it is gonna head over towards A, as they've got a little bit of a sneaky suspicion that this site is loaded with players.
Aurora quick on the trigger, needs to be a bit careful not to get overrun. Oh, scary. We were talking about how that AWP is a big investment, but first kill coming into effect, still needs to switch to pistol, but not a problem at all. So Astralis tie things up 9-9. And now we're starting to get into the important rounds. A bit of bank now built up for Astralis. Guild can invest into a buy again.
They can. Ooh, timeout being called here. This is a big one for Astralis to secure. Because if they can secure this, they take the lead once again, and they get themselves double digits. They get themselves towards map point, which, of course, we direly need to see if we want to see Nuke. Now, Guild, I'm not sure what happened between the maps. Lost a little bit of the fire behind their eyes, mayhaps. But important one ahead of them. There's a nice little bit of utility. Maybe missing a little bit on a couple of these players, but we, again, shall have to see. Timeout is over. The round will be starting shortly. And still no AWP for Guild. Something that they've, again, struggled a little bit. We've seen it a couple of times, but not quite seeing the same level of impact.
Looks like Astralis heavily focusing this B-bomb site here, and we want to take up the pace, so immediately a flash coming through, and a bit of an awkward situation. Guild has two players sort of stuck in the same position, but it does leave them with trade potential, but so is the case here for Astralis. But look at this, KiTKaT managed to find herself a double kill, swinging the numbers in favor now, back towards Guild. She adds a third. And with that, the round one for Guild. The numbers is... KiTKaT just make sure that everything swings back in their way.
Numbers do not matter to Guilds. They will win in even the most disadvantageous situations, it would seem. Absolutely incredible. And they picked up that AWP as well. We talked about them maybe not having had it as much as we would like to see. But it's back out. It's back on Anna, who is a lovely even 16 and 16, I may add. I like it when there's a little bit of symmetry here as well. Bullets. Dodging bullets in mid, maybe just a little bit here. Aurora taking the initiative, pushing up a little bit further. Tunnel visioned on this one angle. And we might see a bit of a battle of the AWPs here, a clash of the Titans. And Aurora winning that one out there, but burned as she retreats. But 2 opening kills as Josefine puts another mark next to her name. That bomb left behind, so there's a chance for Guild to exploit this weakness, especially. But Ismo trying to destroy any chance at Guild, putting themselves closer, closing them out in 2 maps. It's a 5v2 here. There is a little utility and there is a little players left alive here for Guild. Just near left. They don't know where she is, but unfortunately that A bomb site gonna fall. There is naught that she can do. I would just be looking to save this weapon now.
Yeah, money not looking great at all here for Guild. And now we're starting to get into a very dire situation where, you know, you win a round, but then immediately you lose, and the money is just back to square one. It's a nice additional kill here found, because Astralis, their economy is not the greatest either, but if they lose a single rifle, then, you know, so be it. You can afford another one, maybe not another 2. And I don't think anyone is as close. So it looks like Nia should be able to hold on to this rifle. But, yeah, the money is in forced territory even here for Guild.
I'm interested to see how this next round goes, because of course we talked about this being a game of cat and mouse very much so, and the force buy coming out here from Guild because they're desperately trying to keep Astralis as far away from map point as possible. If they lose this, however, they will have nothing to defend the round after that with. Round number 22, I believe it will be, which would put Astralis on map point. We would see nuke potentially, but it is too close to tell right now.
What a nail-biter this is. And Astralis here, hanging on by a thread. They do manage to at least get back into things. But after the previous map, this map is very much a must-win. But how much can Guild do? That FAMAS and for upgraded pistols, which we have seen do so well, and Guild, they bring out the strat book for this one. What is happening? The confidence that KiTKaT has is absolutely insane. A couple rounds ago, she pulled out that amazing 3K, and now she just goes straight into the fire. So, player advantage. Now,
always when these deagles come out.
I mean, if Anna here can maybe push, there are a couple of rifles outside, so maybe that makes them even more eager, on top of already the information that could be retrieved. There we go, an extra rifle here being picked up. And D7, uh-oh, shoulder spotted, and it doesn't matter that she's the one on the pistol. She doesn't miss.
Ismo not able to find any consolation kills, and off the back of what was a very mishmash, miserable buy, they get an 11th. We talked about them trying to keep this map point out of Astralis' grasp, and that is how they do it. It's always the deagles, I'm telling you. I don't know what it is.
It's the... I mean, I don't officially know why she's called D7, but I believe that the D stands for Deagle.
Deagle. I wouldn't be surprised. I thought maybe, you know, D7 like dice, but you don't get a D7. There's no 7-sided dice in the world of anything, really. I don't know, maybe there's an obscure D&D community out there that has a D7, but maybe we should ask. Maybe we should ask. Or maybe it's common knowledge and I'm just really oblivious.
Well, one thing I know for certain is that Guild has stolen that away from Astralis. Only 2 rounds separate them from a victory. And yeah, Astralis' bank is not the most ideal. Upgraded pistols, at least there is some left if Guild make it to 12. So a full investment can come in the round after this. And who knows? Maybe it's just the game of the pistols. But Ismo does take a large hit already from the nade over towards middle.
Definitely a shaky round, to say the least. This map very much balancing on a knife's edge here. Could go either way. Nia focused in on this angle. KiTKaT might be overwhelmed here. Spots the head. Perfect aim adjustment. Beautiful headshot. Goes for the second as well. They will be allowed to live for just a little bit longer. KiTKaT and Nia keeping it on lockdown. They don't want to let this one escape. And D7 on the other side of the map, picking up kills, taking names. That bomb was hovering over towards A. It's being moved over a little bit. And Nia, look at that. Another one for her. Just Maria and Aurora left. Oh, they want to try to take it flawlessly. KiTKaT going for this kill. We talked about how aggressive they are. Aurora going to make sure that at least one of these guild players is taken down with her. But so much to do, and with D7 closing in from behind, there is no escape. There is only the ability to go forward here into your inevitable demise. And there we have it, 12 rounds, map point, series point here for guild.
I can't believe that she was just spamming the deagle animation in the middle of that fight. They were so confident, just no stress. But now you still have to get it over the finish line. There is a bit of wiggle room, 2 rounds. But Astralis back with a 4-buy upon the table.
This is, of course, do or die for them. The dreaded 0-2 in the series awaits them. And it is a beautiful HE to kick this round off. HE to clear the smoke. Not going to spot Aurora, however. Pollux, however, does not get the same luxury. Is going to have to fall back a little bit.
The mid, for the time being, held very deeply. Maybe an opportunity. But Josefine to abuse that. Has the teammate by her side as well. Oh, but... Oh, actually, no, it does work out. It was the point of view of Rana for a second, and that means the orb falls. So now Pollux, you can see, immediately activate it. The one to help out D7 upon that A-bomb site. And KiTKaT immediately aware of water as well, but now you're sort of stuck in between a bunch of different angles. And it looks like over towards A, they're going to be pushing for information. A bit desperate here to get something going in their favor. And it works out beautifully. KiTKaT finds one, as Pollux does as well. So suddenly, numbers favoring Guild. As does the time, 30 seconds. They're going to be pushing out, ignoring that incendiary. Making the numbers even once more.
It is going to be a retake on their hands as that bomb goes down. Nia already hot on their heels. Connector going to be the play here. A very difficult angle to retake from. Have a little bit of support.
They go trade 1 for 1. Tap on the bomb. Maybe stick it. No, actually, not quite. Oh, and now a very awkward fight. D7 knows where both of the players are, but this time Astralis is too big of a hurdle to overcome. They grab an 11th round. They march an inch closer for a potential overtime.
Overtime is indeed calling. We have one more round of regulation, regardless of what happens here. And this will be the final timeout coming here from Guild. I do believe Astralis has one more waiting in the wings, but will not really have a chance to use it, I don't think. Now, the money not looking amazing for some of these Guild players. They are going to have to fight for this with a bit of a broken buy. But we have seen these broken buys thrive for Guild on their CT side. Their opening picks have been absolutely devastating. But Astralis, a lot better form now. I don't know who we saw playing on map number 1, but either they've turned their monitors on or a different team has showed up. Because, as we said, this is a map we've seen these two play on before against each other, and it was taken to overtime. In fact, it was taken to OT number 2, 3? It must have been overtime number 3 that it was finally closed out in. So a very, very serious affair either way.
Pollux forced back and immediately a counter incendiary. So prevents Astralis from taking space towards middle. And instead, maybe eager to get something going towards A, but that is where D7 is playing. We know she's been popping off. Now, only an MP9 in her hands this time around. So she's going to be playing a closer angle right behind the pillar on site.
Lovely little gap here. Potentially for Anne to work with. It's just going to back off a little bit. Getting so much time. They're getting a little aggressive, and D7 might be able to catch Mari out here. They don't expect her. Gets the first. We talked about the opening picks being lethal. Is going to actually manage to dodge that grenade. Re-smoke coming on through. Whittling away this timer.
We've seen Astralis struggle with getting up on the bomb sides, often doing so with 30, maybe even 20 seconds left. And these smokes continue to make it very difficult, but that was, in fact, pretty much the last little piece of utility that is in the bank for Guild, switching to the pistol, but making it ever so tricky. Ana! Oh my lord, what is she doing? Lands another tag upon an Astralis player. Now there's only 15 seconds less. The Seeds will have to make a run for it, but they have a number advantage.
They do indeed. So much damage done onto Josefine as well. Even more. KiTKaT's going to mow them down, and look at that. Both of them fall to her A1S. I say the A1S, the FAMAS, sorry. And the defuse. Plenty of time coming in, and that'll be 13-11. The series 2-0 as Guild take this map. They look a little bit tired because, of course, that dragged on there. But they are happy nonetheless. What a series.
Man, this second map absolutely delivered. And even in the last round, I thought it could really go either way. And then we just had Ana just step up with a deagle. You know, considering...